I often say here on the show that it's time to be a little bit nicer to each other, isn't it? You know, when you think about the world that we all live in today, it's full throttle. And I don't know about you, but literally every day there's a whole new barrage of things that you have to contend with. And it also got me thinking, and I don't know if it's like this in your part of the world, but what things shocked us before now just brush over us? Is it because there's now more scandals with politicians, celebrities? Nothing really shocks anymore. It's going, oh, right, you know, and you move on, don't you? But then, of course, when somebody gets attacked literally in the world of social media, you do kind of think to yourself, what kind of people would want to write certain things like that? Now, in this particular instance, I'm talking about our brilliant His Majesty the King, King Charles III. And it's interesting because a couple of days ago, well, you know, he got a terrible backlash over here in the United Kingdom, literally in the press, and more importantly, of course, on social media, which really sort of just pushes it forward. Let me explain. How are you? Morning, how are you? Not bad, thank you. Listen, this is a beautiful building, isn't it? Take a look at this. It's a government building, by the way. Yeah, you can always tell, can't you? Leave the lights on, you're paying. And this is just in Parliament. I've just been working around here today. Beautiful area, as I say, but again, be very careful if you do come in this area because a lot of pickpockets around. You know, they see you getting distracted, looking at the beauty, the architecture, and of course that's when they seize their moment. But for now, yes, I've got my eye on them, don't worry. I have to say a big thank you to all the wonderful people that do look after me while I'm out filming for you, particularly the street cleaners that we have here in London who will look out for me. They're too shy to come on camera, but who look out for me as I'm filming because literally they would warn me if somebody was coming up behind me or anything like that. Good to have chums, isn't it? And they do a terrific job too. Well, I'll give them another wave, yes, absolutely. Back as ever to your royal story of the day. Interesting this, you see, because as I say, the story came out the other day all about, of course, how much it costs for the British monarchy, and it's not a lot. And when you think about the money they bring in, I know people say that, but colossal amounts. And we enjoy so many free things, of course, from the British monarchy too, like Trooping the Colour, changing of the guard. There's so many things that they provide that make tourism, you know, a great boost here. Now, as I told you recently, there's a lot of problems with the brand new government because of the push forward about Buckingham Palace. But this particular thing got me kind of upset, really, because when you think about it, His Majesty the King has not had the very best starts of the year, let's be honest. Alongside, of course, the Duchess of York and the Princess of Wales, it's not been great for anybody. And I know anybody out there, you know, if you've had the same thing, my deepest sympathies. But the bottom line is, here is a man who's continued to carry on working. And as I've been told from an excellent source, Queen Camilla has been very concerned about the drive that he wants to push himself forward through. And you can understand that. So to attack somebody, particularly, it's all very well if they have, dare I say, the best of health and resilience and all that. But for His Majesty the King to be going through this terrible time himself and then suddenly get a booting down on social media about abolish the monarchy, not my king, you know, where is people's compassion in this difficult time? And the reason why I mention this is because, of course, they don't answer back. As you know, the royals don't answer back. And I like to make sure that we get both sides of the story out. So for all those that are very supportive and do enjoy the work that they do, I would like to say on behalf of this channel, a big thank you, sir, for continued work, and of course the Prince of Wales, who's taken on a lot more responsibility, sadly for him at least, because of course His Majesty the King has been otherwise engaged. If you are over in Australia, look forward to that. It's a shame about New Zealand, etc. But I'm sure in the fullness of time, things will resolve. So from us back to the King, thank you on this channel for being positive. I truly mean that. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.